Hey guys, so today we got our hands on the brand new starter decks. These are the best decks you can get out right now with needed support for the game and allowing new players to play it. If you are a new player and you want to figure out which deck to play, we're going to go through all of them. We're going to rip through it. We're going to take a look and see what you get, what is reprinted, what the new SRs are, what you may want to get a second starter deck to really grab these. These are out now or very soon, but you'll be able to pick these up at your LGS, perhaps even some of the big box stores. Great opportunity to really get into One Piece. It's been growing so quickly, but yeah, ST23 through 28. We did skip ST22 because if you've been following the channel and you've seen the ST21 break, we are missing one because Japan did get it, but they did not get these first. This is going to be the first time ever North America getting new support, new cards that Japan has yet to seen or yet to play with. We get to finally be a part of the meta to build it and not just go into a new season where everything's already been solved. We get to be detectives and we get to finally build these new decks. But we're going to be ripping through every single one of these. ST23 Shanks to Bonnie getting new support, getting new printed cards. We got Buggy. We got my favorite. I think this is going to be a great one here. It was ST26, which is going to be our peanut butter Luffy, purple black Luffy. We didn't give up on him when Gecko Mori got banned. We rebuilt it. We went undefeated with it. So make sure you check that out. I have some plans for this man here. We'll take a look. We have the Marshall D Teach ST27. This is going to be a little more difficult to play, but we'll definitely go through the leaders and try to really explain how to use the deck and everything. This is ST28 Yamato, the double attacker, super strong. We're gonna rep through these. We're gonna take a look at everything. Check out your big box stores, check your LGS. But yeah, we'll start ripping through this and take a closer look at everything. We'll start off with Mr. Shanks here, ST23. We do not have ST22 yet, but we will get it in September. And if you do want to see that, also make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and we're gonna go through it. We're gonna see about building a budget build on this. If you do end up picking up two of the starter decks, what cards you probably want to toss in there, what cards you may want to use. But yeah, let's start off with Mr. Shanks here, which is been pretty strong in the last two metas. So we are pulling Shanks here. You do get that brick, and you actually do get a pack of the current cards, which is going to be your OP11, which is releasing this week. If you were at pre-release, you did get some packs, and if you want to see more of these packs rip, I did just drop a video on OP11. But let's do the packs last. I think we'll go through each of the decks and then take a look. We'll see what's new. We'll this way everyone can see the live rip and finally see all the cards. There's been a lot of speculation on stuff, but the game does seem to be getting super popular, super shifting out. It's cool to finally get some holographic leader cards at a affordable price. At the time of release, I think these decks were maybe 15. No, it was probably closer to $18 Canadian, or around $15-18 Canadian. So super affordable. Most of these decks generally start at like 25 to 35 plus Canadian, so it's good that they have a lot of support, and the price has gone down in One Piece. The game is at the most affordable it has ever been. So with this Shanks card here, once per turn you're able to use your leader effect and then grab essentially a 1k counter or weaken your attacker, either a character or the leader, by 1000 power. So that is your Shanks card there. In this set you will also get the brand new ST23 Uta card here. Looks like she is a blocker that will also let's see here, if you have 1000 power more, give this card in your hand -4 cost, so she's going to be a cost reducer and a blocker, and also 2k, definitely super strong. You're probably going to want to place out of that, so definitely take a look at that. We have our 9 drop Shanks, which if your opponent characters with 8000 base power or more, give this card another -3 cost on play, or let's see here, type Uta, your leader gains 2000 power until the end of your opponent's phase. So yeah, brand new card. I thought it was a reprint, but I guess it's not. But you do get 2 Shanks too, which is pretty interesting. Sorry, this might be a little sluggish. There's a lot of new card, and haven't really seen it yet, so this is super cool. You get 4 cost, 1000 counter, 5000 attacker. You may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has a red hair pirate, type KO up to one of your opponents, 4000 base or less. So another Beckman here, so you do get a 2 of that. It's interesting you don't get like a play set of this, even though it's a common card. Looks like we also get another brand new to this exclusive ST23, which is this Monkey D Luffy, 1k counter, 1 cost, 2000 attacker. You may rest up to one of the Dawn cards and this character, and give one of your opponents -1000. So it's a lot of cost reduction and or attack power reduction, which I'm assuming will synergize with a lot of other cards, which will allow to clear board and whatnot. But here we go. We got a Usopp. Active main once per turn, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or character. So another great card, a lot more Dawn manipulation, getting that extra value at 1 cost. So even if you play this, that means you can just instantly move that extra Dawn, which is pretty cool. Our first reprint is going to be this vanilla card, Howling Grab. OP09, it's just gonna be your 7000 costs vanilla card. So another strong card. It does have counter on it. You have your Bonk Punch, another reprint from OP010, OP09. So we'll definitely go through these are mostly reprints. I think most of people who have played the game will see it, so I'll just go through it pretty quickly since these are reprints. But yeah, it should be a pre-constructed deck that is playable for any new players. Obviously, if you want a full power deck, you will have to get at least 2 of these, and then there's going to be other sets that are going to be really good also that you will want to add onto it. But we got that Usopp again here, different type, but from OP09. But yeah, it looks like these Lime Juice, Blocker, these are all from the recent set when Shanks first came out. Lucky Roo, super strong. You have more vanilla cards. We got Rockstar here. These look like events from OP09 also. So another, it looks like it's a searcher, and of course you get your Dawn. But the main cards that you are gonna be wanting from this, especially if you are a new player, it's going to be a lot of these SRs or shiny cards, because these are going to be your new support. You can see the bottom here indicating it's from the set here. So all these cards are the new support that will help Shanks be even stronger. Very interesting for sure. I'm sure the Uta blocker at a high cost like this, but I guess it doesn't really matter because she has cost reductions and whatnot there. But that's going to be your new support for ST23. I'm not really a Shanks player. I do play a lot. ST21 was the last one that I really played into the Zerg type rush meta type, so we'll have to see if those will work at all in the new set. The next one up we're going to take a look at is ST24 here. Jory Bonnie, one of my favorite leaders that I played for many seasons. Let's see how strong this is. There's so much green support, so I'm excited to see what's other support that this may bring back to some of the green decks that I play, such as Uta. Uta was one of the main cards that main decks that I started playing with too. Looks like you do get that playset in the back here. Also, it should be your standard rules and everything. But yeah, definitely check this out if you want to get into One Piece. This is probably the best time to get in when all the new starter deck are here. I did make a how to play video for the basic. You can learn how to play One Piece in 6 minutes. Make sure you check that out. I'll link it into the description here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Bonnie. We'll take a quick look at what the new support is, and then also what the reprints are and how it would pretty much synergize. But here is a new alt art for Bonnie, a beautiful holographic. There's not much texturing, but it does look pretty cool. With Bonnie, you're able to save a Dawn, and then for one Dawn you're able to rest one of your opponent's leaders or one of their characters when they attack you. So always leave one Dawn rested up active, ready to rest one of the attackers, because that will just take it out. We do get a Kid Killer, which looks like a Searcher, a 2 cost, has counter, 2k attacker. Look for top 5, most like Supernova. Yep. And then on your opponent's attack, you may trash this character and set up one of your Dawn as active. So just perhaps just, you know, it's like, oh, I need an extra Dawn, or I forgot to add one up so I can rest one opponent. So if they don't clear this out, that just gives that extra Dawn, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if that would be really used right now with the current support for Bonnie, but Bonnie has a lot of good green cards. But yeah, I think some of these will definitely be pretty cool. It looks like we have a new 10 drop. It looks like Beppo and Lal, super cool. Let's see here, it's a 10 cost, so all your Dawn 1100 attacker, on play rest up to one of your opponent's characters, and this character will not become active in your opponent's refresh phase. Then if your opponent has 2 or more rested characters, your leader gains 2000 power until the end of turn. So allows you to rest it out, it won't restand, and then buff your leader up 2k, which is pretty cool. This looks like a lot of manipulation for leaders. It looks like we got Beige Capone here, another new blocker. These smaller blockers are generally pretty good to synergize with the Kid and other support. So this could be a blocker definitely used in the main deck for this to synergize, but also perhaps heading into more support for Bonnie. Looks like we get a Basil Hawkins here also. Looks like at the end of your turn, step to 1 active Dawn. So another refresher is also a 2k, which could be pretty spicy. Any good usable 2ks are always a plus. Obviously it's super strong because you only get 2 of it. So if you do want to start a budget deck and you want to up the power of this, definitely be adding those Basil Hawkins in. Those 2ks are always really good. Starter decks always tend to have not too many 2ks in it. I believe Bandai will be having a starter deck event coming up soon, where you get a random starter deck and you have to play, and then you're looking to get a like special promotional card. I think you get a cool deck box or something. We'll have to take a look and perhaps do the starter deck versus starter deck videos again and see how these play into each other. But you do get the new X Drake here, which is a 2k counter, 5 cost, 5000 attacker. It looks like on play, if your leader is a Supernova, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with 5 costs or less, and then set up 1 Dawn at the end of return. So not only does it perhaps have a strong 2k counter, which is super powerful, or than events and stuff that will give you more as a character. Right now 2ks are highest for characters, but it rests one of your opponent's blockers perhaps, or helping you swing for game. Use it as 2k, and then it also refreshes one of your Dawn, which is great, so you can use that Bonnie effect on your character on your opponent's turn. So we get a new a reprint from EBO1, which is a great thing because EBO1 hasn't been reprinted at all. This is definitely adding to it. You got Scratchman Apu here. I do notice that these have block 3 and block 2. The blocking system will be coming up very soon. I would have to see if EBO 1 was considered block 1 or 2, or if this was like a renumbering. But we haven't seen EBO 2 reprinted. Apu 2k counter, super strong, rest up to 1 opponent's 2 costs or less. You'll use it more as counter, but yeah. You got another great green staple, which is going to be Yuge here. OPO7 blocker, end of turn, activate Dawn. Definitely used in most of the deck profiles. I think recently got swapped out, but still a contender to be one of the strongest green guard. We picked up another OPO7 blocker reprints. Let's see what else we have in here. We got OPL7, we got just on play, play another Carbu, cost 4 or less from your hand rested. So I'm assuming we're gonna have it in the deck here to kind of synergize and pop out an extra thing. Bartholomew here is always a great blocker, super strong. I believe I'm pretty sure Copeman was using this in his deck profile, even just in the last Treasure Cup there. We have this OPO7 Monkey D Luffy, which is pretty cool. We got Zoro from OPO7, so good reprints here. We got that Demonic Aura 9 sword style Assure Demon 9 Flash for that counter trigger, resting up your up to a 4 cost character. Great. This is gonna be super fun just playing a raw starter deck. We've got more pizza, another searcher, trigger drawing card, finding that supernova other than more pizza. All right, so Bonnie deck looks like it's synergized pretty well. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a pretty fun event to do the starter deck, so make sure you check that Bandai app and see if your different LGSs are running this event, because it's definitely going to be a fun thing to see. So these are all going to be your new support for the starter deck here. The other ones are reprints. We'll end up having putting these aside in the binder so I can rebuild, but we'll just stack it up for now. You guys will have to let me know what you guys are planning to play or what you're most excited for. The next one up is going to be this Buggy, which I believe will have which would be pretty nice, because there was a lot of Buggy support when he was released in, I believe, OPO8 or OPO9, but we were missing a bunch of key components to really play him well, because you had to go to a event to get a certain promo card to force not being able to swing characters from, I believe, like 3 costs or higher or something. We'll definitely see it in here. I believe I recall seeing some of these leaks on the on Reddit. So we get another pack here. We'll open all the packs at the end. Hopefully we'll find some good SRs to perhaps even make these decks stronger, or maybe we'll find a cool alt arts. We've been pretty cooked with packs at the pre-release events and even the booster boxes, but perhaps it's all been waiting here for these starter decks. I generally do get 2 of each of these. I'm not gonna rip them all today right now anyways. I just want to get through each of these and just take a look at each of the new support, and I am struggling on this one. I don't want to damage the cards, but at the bottom part it's pretty much just a bit of common cards, so it's not too bad. The top section has those brand new shiny support, but we do have a pretty cool Buggy card. Okay, so Buggy leader here, activate main, you may rest 5 of your Dawn cards and trash 1 card from your hand, and then play up to 1 cross skill type characters from your hand. So a great way to pretty much put up big buys at super cheap pricing. But there is that Buggy. We have a Crocodile and Mihawk 8 cost 7,000 attacker, brand new to the starter deck. On play, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from their hand, and then play up to 1 cross guild type characters with 4 costs or less. Once per turn, if your cross guild type character would have been removed from field your opponent's effect by your opponent's effect, you then may trash one card from your hand instead, and then kind of protect them. But it looks like you do get a 2 of that. The next one up is this new Buggy card, a 4 cost 1000 attacker, 1000 counter. Activate main, you may trash one card from your hand and then trash this character. If your leader is Buggy, play up to one of cross guild characters with a cross cost of 6 or less. So super strong, a lot of value. You'll just be able to play this, pop out a big body, and then get all the extra value. It is a SR, so your 2 shinies, but only a 2 of. We got a Aveda, I think that's how you pronounce it, but perhaps not. My apologies if that is incorrect. I believe she has the soap fruit, and from one of the first arcs in the anime and also on the Netflix show. But if you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains 1 cost on play. If your leader is a Buggy, draw 3 cards and trash 2. So a cycling, finding the parts that you need. You do get a 2 of also. The next one up is going to be this blocker. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains a blocker +1. This character gains 5000 attack power on your opponent's turn. So right now 2k cheap blocker, and then also gets pumped to 6k, so which will counter out a lot of those weenie attacks. So we got a play set of that. We got 4 of them. We get more blockers here. Looks like part of the crew here, Moji, 2k counter, so another 2k counter is always good. Another blocker, KO up to 3 or less cards. Let's see. Sorry, if your leader is Buggy and you have 3 or less cards, you draw 1. So a quick hand size increase. We got some reprints here from OP09, pretty strong. We got some more vanillas. We got the 10 drop Buggy, super cool. The first time I faced Buggy, they were able to do 2 of these, which is super crazy, just with the lead effect and pitching and whatnot. More on plays, more searchers. We got some weenie blockers. We got Mr. 1 vanilla. We got Mr. 3 here. It looks like this is the main one that everyone was trying to get. You can get the winter version of it, but this one is super powerful. He can't attack or anything. I guess if there's like the Zephyr card, you can like remove all this text and then use him as a big body. I'm not sure if that was blue or not, but there are effects that you can get that to be removed. But essentially with this on field, any characters with 3 through 4 cannot attack, which ends up stalling game out so you can get to the high dawn, so you can then play out your big bodies. But we got some cross guild searchers, and then we got the dawn cards there. But we're almost through it, guys. We're in the halfway mark here. Buggy super cool. He wasn't very strong in the meta. I know I had a few of the boys build Buggy and really try and make it work, but ended up being very difficult with the current meta. But perhaps with the new support, we'll see what they can cook up. Now here is what I'm excited for. This is what I've been waiting for. It's the new black purple peanut butter Luffy support, ST26. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is going to be the one that I've been waiting for, and hopefully we'll have some nice support to make peanut butter Luffy a more playable deck. We have another pack here which will rip near the end. But here we go. Let's take a look. Let's see what the starter deck version of this is. We've been cooking with this, and I've been playing this for a very long time, before the Gecko Moria ban and even after. But I'm excited to take a look of how this synergizes. This is probably the one I want to play at the event itself. attach Dawn, all your character gets 1 cost, and then once per turn on your turn, when 2 or more Dawn is returned back to your deck, you can then use leader effect to then return an active and rested. But 4 life leader, super fun. That is definitely going into my deck. I have the alt art already, but I love that art also. We have a Nika Robin, which is going to be new support. 2k counter. 2k counters are always great to add, especially with Straw Hats because it's searchable. 3 cost, 4,000 power. On play -2 Dawn. Let's see here. Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck, and then leader effect. So it's a ramp card. So that's definitely going into my deck. We'll be adding that for sure. 2k ramp has to go in. Okay, the next one up is this new Luffy, 6 cost, 7,000 power. On play, when attacking, -2 Dawn, which is great because you can activate your leader effect. If your leader is multicolor and your opponent has 5 or more Dawn cards on the field, your Straw Hats type leader base power becomes 7,000 until your opponent's end phase. So yeah, great card. -2 Dawn, ramp that active, ramp that's arrested, and then boost your leader to 7,000, which makes him difficult to really put damage up on. So definitely considering adding those two. They sound super good. A 7 cost, 9,000 power. If you have a Sanguro or Sanji character with 7,000 base power, give this card your hand -5 on play. Return all your Sanjis back to deck. I'm not really liking that one. It could be good if you're trying to farm your counter back, or perhaps I'm not too sure where you would really use this. I don't think I would. I'll have to sit down and really look at everything. The sim's not updated yet because these are pretty much brand new coming out, but we'll definitely take a look. It looks like we get a new 2020 Chopper card, a blocker, on play -2 Dawn, rest up to one of your opponent's Dawn cards or characters with 1 or less. So countering Bonnie, countering maybe some rad beams or other stuff that may be difficult to deal with. Pretty cool. The style I play is generally more ramp, so I don't know if I will use that. Another big body here. New support, so much support here. 8 cost, 10,000 power. On play -2 Dawn. Give up to 2 of your opponent characters -2,000 power, which could be interesting, except it's such a big cost. If you're playing the starter deck, this is great, but I don't know if it would really go into like a main deck. We'll definitely have to sit back and do some simming and kind of map everything out and see if it's usable. We have some OPO5, vanilla Sanji 1k counter reprints here. We got some Jinbeis. We got a very unusable one, still in use today in purple Luffy. We got Frankie here with Rush Attach. We do see that a lot. Usopp still another great card. The Nami 2k. This one definitely being used now too. Return one or more Dawn. This is your ramp. There's a lot of ramp. This deck looks super powerful. This Brook won't be used too much, but it's cool that they add more vanilla. Gum Lightning definitely needed in here. Gum Giant. Hopefully it doesn't get banned because of how strong it is. But Lightning, great. I didn't see too much cost reduction stuff, or not cost reduction, but more attack power reduction. So Lightning might not be as good. 6,000 power removal is pretty good though, and then being able to ramp that rested active leader effect also. But next one up is going to be our ST27. This is a Blackbeard, a little more difficult to navigate, but I heard that this really does make Blackbeard really strong. So perhaps perhaps a lot of new Blackbeard players are going to go back into this. I think the main issue with people going Blackbeard, it might not be as good into the different matchups, especially with the great Luffy out right now too. But we'll have to see. A lot of people are trying to counter stuff out and figure it out. Like I said, this is going to be a new meta for the East and West, because we get to play with these first. They get a starter deck that we don't get to get until September, and then we finally get to work together to try to solve these puzzles and see what deck ends up being the best. But then again, the East and West have a big playstyle difference too, so maybe I can't wait to really start play testing all this and see what everyone cooks up and see what really works. But it's good to at least review what the new cards can be, just so you're not blindsided off rip here. But essentially, this on play, this if you pitch a card, you take away on play. You really have to know all the matchups and where the big cards or big on plays that each of the decks will use. So it definitely a more difficult deck to play and learn. But we do have our first support, ST27. Looks like a 1k counter, cost 6,000 power. It looks like it's a blocker. On KO, play up to 1 Blackbeard Pirate type characters of 5 costs or less from your trash rested. So having another card to bring your Burgess back, bring a few different characters back, such as Kuzan 2, super powerful. It's gonna be very fun to see what the starter deck itself will drive, and also what support the main meta deck will end up getting support also. But 7 costs 8,000 power. Active main, rest up to 1 of your characters, KO up to 1 of your characters. Sorry, you may rest this character, KO up to 1 characters with 3 costs or less. On KO, add up to 1 block card from your trash to your hand. So big body. When it dies, you add a character from trash, and then you can KO itself to bring back another big body. I think this is going to be used for Kuzan, or for perhaps even this blocker. It's going to be very interesting for sure. I guess the big difficult thing for Blackbeard would be hand size, because if you're constantly pitching for leader effect, it's going to be a little more difficult to play for sure. I wonder if Burgess is in here, or what other card they would be using to kind of synergize with everything. But here's another brand new supported card, a 1k counter, 1 cost 1,000 attacker. Activate main once per turn. You may rest up to 1 of your full lead card. If your leader has the Blackbeard Pirates, the type, this character gains 4,000 power during this turn. On KO, draw a card. So looks like there are a lot of support to really bring that hand size back, because you're constantly pitching for that leader effect. We have another here, Devon here, 2k. Another 2k is always great. I think the Blackbeard doesn't have that many 2ks, and you're really trying to stall out to get to the top end. I'm really excited to see what the top end is going to be in the starter deck. But activate main, trash this card. If your leader is a Blackbeard pirate, give up to 1 of your opponent's -1 cost this turn. On KO, draw a card. So not only is it a 2k counter, it does cost reduction, and then when it dies, it brings back hand size also, which is pretty needed. Once again, I'm not too sure if it's going to be used in the actual meta deck, but it is interesting tech to receive into this. But like I said, these decks are ready to play. If you do get 2, you can grab some of these, the ones that you only have 2 of, kind of stick them in there and get it even stronger, allowing you to get into One Piece really affordable. So next one up is another ST27 card exclusive here. 1k counter, 4 cost, 6,000 power. If your leader is a Blackbeard pirate type, it gains block. So trash card, on play, trash 1 card, building up that hand size, and also essentially just getting a blocker. but definitely interesting. It's a 2 of, so it's definitely going to be usable. And then we do get some reprints here. OP09, we do get Burgess, which is very scary to think of in a starter deck. That yeah, so that's actually scary. We got Shuru, which is part of the main meta, definitely needed. Stronger, definitely used in the main deck. Doc Q, we get a 4 of. Vasco Shot. These are all cards that are used in the meta deck. You might be able to pick this deck up, put a couple of SRs, just order them up, and then stick it in here, and it's pretty much a full meta deck. It's actually pretty insane. All those are pretty much used. A lot of these would be reused as a 4 of instead of 2 of, so that is super scary for sure. That's pretty much a full meta deck. I know with Bonnie, there's no Kid, there's no Hody. With Black Purple Luffy, there's no 10 drop or a Rush Luffy. With the Shanks, there's no Aura Luffy, but Blackbeard, that might be the strongest starter deck I've seen, and how closely resemble a full like competitive deck. That's actually super insane. The next one up is an old classic. It's the Yamato here, ST28. She is a pretty fun. Oh, I'm dropping all the boxes. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second here. But yeah, Yamato, super fun deck. She never became like solid main meta, but she is very difficult to play. She did become one of the stronger pre-release and also sealed event leaders for a season or two until Sanji came out. But let's take a look at this. The way you counter this is 2Ks and blockers, which a lot of these decks look like they do have a decent amount of blockers leads. 2Ks is always short amounts, so we'll see how it goes, but let's take a quick look. But yeah, a lot of times you just attach all your Dawn swing. If they don't have the counter, just take a double attack. But yeah, leader is double attack, so if you end up attacking into life and they're unable to counter it out, they just lose 2 life. Just remember with this leader, it doesn't count for fatal. So if they have 2 life and you hit them with it and they're unable to counter out, then the person gets 2 life cards into their hand. But if they have 1 life and you swing into it, it doesn't mean it kills them. So unfortunately, it's a double attack, but it doesn't fatal. So just remember that when you're doing your events and or playing it. But activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 3 or less life, give up to 2 rested Dawn to one of your character cards too. So super strong. Let's see what new support she gets here. She gets Momonosuke here. 6 cost, 7,000 power. Your turn, if you have 2 or less life, leader gains 1,000. So she gets buffed up to help protect her from attacks and whatnot. It looks like activate main once per turn. Return 2 total of your current given Dawn cards to the cost area, and then gains rush. So if you're returning your Dawn, this gains rush, which can really help you end the game for sure. Perhaps a double attack into that fatal one attack killing, ending the game. So good combination. Definitely, if you're doing starter deck, remember that's there. Kind of scary that that's actually yellow support also. The Odin might be super playable now with all this extra support. This is also a new one. It's a 1 cost 0 attacker. Attached to Dawn, this character gains 3,000 power. It's a searcher, so most of the time you're probably going to use it as searcher. Attaching to Dawn does bring it up to a 5k attacker, so it might be pretty cool, especially being able to move that rested Dawn from leader if your opponent has less than, I think, 2 or 3 life, right? So definitely synergize well, but most of the time you'll definitely use it as just the searcher for finding the pieces that you'll need there. Next one up here is another ST28 support. On play if your leader is Land of Wano. and your opponent has 3 or more life cards, KO up to one of your opponent's characters base 5 or less. So huge removal, super cool. I don't know if there's cost reduction in yellow, but if there is, this is gonna be super strong. Or if there's a hybrid of like a black yellow, perhaps going to Luffy, bringing him back, I'm not too sure. But yep, definitely new support here, which is interesting. I'm not much of a yellow player, so I will have to go back to it when we are facing other opponents and seeing what they kind of cook up with. But I'll sit down and perhaps build something in the future. Also, I do want to expand into all the different playstyles to see what really matches the way I play. So we have an Izzo here. Once again, their exclusive ST28 card, 1k counter, 2 cost, 1000 attacker, attached to Dawn. This becomes a blocker on play if you're Laren Wild leader game banished. So banish could be interesting, right? Double tag banish, that's gonna be pretty crazy, and it's pretty cheap. But I guess the on play is banished, but it comes a blocker too. So if you're getting low, remove that rested, it becomes a blocker. Give banish to your leader for the double swing, attach and swing. So super strong. Very interesting. I do like these constructed decks, pre-made, just allowing those new players to get really into it. A new 2k 4/5 with a trigger. If your leader has land on wild type, your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. So just a free play, 2k counter. You might want the 2k counter, you might want the body. It's interesting to see these vanilla type cards that has the one gap end up having 2Ks. We do see a lot of that in OP11, which is super interesting for sure. Get 2 of that. So definitely, if you are liking these leaders, these 2 ofs, you're probably going to want to make those a 4 of or a playset. Super strong. But we do have some more reprints here. We have Ace, which is a 2K. Lots of 2Ks here is good. We got some OPO 6 reprints here. I do remember seeing these in the different Yamato decks, especially trigger cards, even in like a Nell and some other decks are really using these. So once again, these are block 2. I think OPO 1 through 3 is block 1. So I think these are always been block 2. It'd be interesting to see if anything here ended up becoming block 1 into block 2. We'll have to go back and take a look. But yeah, a lot of rushers, a lot of 2Ks, which is really nice for these constructed decks for sure. We have Blaze Slice, which is super strong, also 4 of. Yeah, those are the new starter decks. You guys will have to let me know what you think of them. I'm most excited to honestly play that Luffy, the purple black Luffy. The Teach looks so super strong. Definitely Yamato looks really good also. For me, I think if you're looking to get right into locos or right into getting to One Piece, grabbing 2 of any of these and just adding those extra ones are going to be great. This is probably going to be your closest competitive. A lot Gum Giant in here is super strong. I think Black Purple Luffy is going to be really good. I do like Bonnie, but once again, those are the ones I really play and understand. I haven't played Blackbeard too much. I have played against it because that was the main meta for a good long time. Shanks looks pretty interesting. All of them looks pretty good. For the price, you can't really lose. We also did get packs here. Also, packs generally are in Canadian. It's like $5 to $7. So technically, you're getting a full play deck for half price, and then perhaps hitting some crazy SRs or more playable cards here to even make it stronger. I pretty much did it in this order as I pulled it out. So it was Shanks, Bonnie, Buggy, Black Purple Luffy, Teach, and then Yamato. So what I will do is I'll start with Yamato. This was the pack from there. We'll see if we got any Yamato support. That would actually be pretty cool. We'll work through these packs. Hopefully we'll get some cool SRs, and I think this is such a good product for any new players. and then being able to perhaps rip something super crazy is super fun. I think these in the future may end up being very expensive to collectors, just because these packs from the first like year or two of One Piece is super cool. And then if there's a crazy chase card that people are looking for, that you can't buy the set anymore, it's gonna be definitely super cool to pick these up and perhaps pull that manga card, or pull those SPs or alt leaders to really build it up. If you do want to see more of these pack rips, I do have a bunch coming up. This Nami card is super good, not good for Yamato though, but we do need a play set for that. I do know a few people that were requesting some cards at the local to get some stuff low power. This was out of the Teach deck. We'll see if we pull anything cool from the Teach deck, perhaps giving him some extra support. So if you were to purchase this, like, cool, we got a new support, we can add this in. But let's go through it. We only have 6 packs, so we won't have to just skip to the end, but also it'd be super cool to pull something crazy, out of just a starter deck. But this looks like it is a leader pack. It's the Nami card here. I'm going to be a Navy officer, super cool. I do need that from my ST14, and we do bring new supports for the game as these starter decks as the new set comes out. So we do want to look back and see what we can really cook up, and perhaps some hidden gems that aren't played as much. But I'm definitely super excited to finally do some deck building. We'll definitely be playtesting quite a bit and ripping a lot more product. So make sure you check out the channel if you do want to see the older sets, or perhaps learn how to play One Piece. I'll try to make content very easy to digest, because I am a new player myself. But yeah, back when I first started, the game was still pretty new and there wasn't much content out there. I love to see how everything has grown so much. It's super crazy. Excited to see all the new players entering locals and just finding this game. But here we are. Is it gonna be anything good? We have our rare into elephant elephant gatling, so not what we're looking for. Another dead pack. Looks like Peanut Butter Luffy did not find anything that could really help him with this, so these packs might be more just fun than anything, because to be guaranteed something that you need for your deck is probably not going to happen. But perhaps if there's a bunch of new players, you guys can see and trade the cards and use it for your own decks and help each other build it up. But if you are looking to go full power and you want to pick up singles, you can always use my discount code at 41 games at checkout, MK27 hobbies, for One Piece discount of 5%. Also helps the channel out. But looks like we got a gear 2, which actually would have helped the black purple Luffy, but we did get our SR, which is pretty good, because generally only gets 7 SRs in a booster box. Unfortunately, that's not one that I'm looking for. I think the chase one is perhaps the category for the black purple Luffy support. This one would have been from the Bonnie box, so let's see if we are getting anything decent for Bonnie, something usable. A lot of these bulk cards or these common cards isn't really used as much for the meta deck. Some of them end up being used for blockers or some tech, but for these ones, I don't, at the time of filming, we don't really see it. This is another Arlong card here, which is interesting. And then we got a Helm Apple, which I don't know if I'm using ST14, but it is another SR. So in the SR count, not bad, but we are looking for perhaps a Alts Arts. This is the last pack out of all the starter decks here. This one would have been for Shanks. Perhaps we'll get something for Shanks, or perhaps we are unlucky again and not getting an Alts Arts. Let's go ahead and read through it and take a look. Looks like we got Fishman, a lot of beautiful alt art for sure. We got that Zephyr, we got Long Jaw Neptunian. Okay, fair enough. We got a Vince Smoke Ichichi. TCG, yep. You saw. And let's see, are we there? Are we gonna get cooked? It's a Parasparrow into. Oh, it's stuck together. This actually might be an alt art if it's stuck together here. It is an alt art. It is a dull card. Unfortunately, it is, well, it's an alt art. It is considered a hit, but I don't think I'm really using that. But I am happy to see that not all the packs are dead. Perhaps that would have been a manga for someone else. Let me know in the comments if you got anything cool from your starter deck, which one you are looking to play. I appreciate everyone for watching. Hopefully this helped you guys out to see the different cards that are going to be in that starter deck. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out more booster box openings up here, and I am doing a giveaway. Make sure you check the channel, and yeah, take care, be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.